Our minds are wired for storytelling.
It's by stories that we learn all of our values and all of our concepts about our place in the world.
If you listen to these stories from different cultures, different parts of the world, the message is always the same. The morals are always the same.
The stories are the fire that will burn in this culture until it's gone.
In the beginning, the Creator placed one group of people together. They had the same language, they had the same songs, they had the same dances, they ate the same foods, and they told the same stories. And they lived, for the most part, really happy. But as humans sometimes do, they started to argue. This continued until they were actually physically fighting. And the Creator looked down and thought, no. This is not how I intended it to be. So he separated the groups. He sent one to the north, the south, the east, and the west. And as they traveled, they became aware that they were in a real different environment, and they were scared. The Creator felt sorry for them, uprooting them abruptly and them not knowing anything. So he sent them dreams, and in these dreams, he sent them stories. And the stories told them everything that they needed to know, which plants were good for medicine, and which was for food, and which was for hunting. And as they learned the stories, they adapted to where they were. And here we are, thousands of years later, exactly where he wanted to put us.
Yada hey, yada ho, yada hey, yada ho, yada hey, yada ho, yada hey ho, yada hey ho, yada hey ho. Yada hey, yada ho, yada hey, yada ho, yada hey ho, yada hey ho, yada hey, yada ho, yada ho.
In the Western tradition, humans are assumed to be at the top of the heap, with animals below them and plants at the bottom. But in native traditions, humans are considered the younger brothers and sisters of creation, since they have the least experience with how to live and have the most to learn. As a result, humans must turn to the wisdom of plants and animals as their teachers. Listening to their stories opens up a world of abundance and healing.
It cuts beautifully. I'll work around a knot like that pretty gently. Grandpa could do anything. And he was an amazing mountain man. He knew every plant, every bird, every insect, every kind of rock. Didn't seem like anything he didn't know. When I was young and we were living with him, I think more times than not, he was the babysitter, so they'd make him take me to the woods with him. But it was a great education, to be with somebody like that. He made all the tools and stuff on the farm. He could blacksmith and do woodworking. So he taught me a lot about nature and the natural way of doing things and how to preserve what was there. And he'd talk a lot about the stories. And when we were fishing and doing different things, he'd relate stories to what we were doing and why we use this and why we did it this way. And so these were stories that were really stories that guided you in life.
Going to water is an essential ritual of the Cherokee Indians. They believe it cleanses them spiritually
It helps get rid of problems and was a source of knowledge.
Going to water to wash your face in the morning and do your morning prayers, as you approach the water, you have reverence for the water. The movement of the water is significant in the ceremony because as you catch the water to wash and cleanse yourself, you catch it 4 times going with the water downstream. That way you're releasing what you need to get rid of back into that flowing water. The last 3 times that you wash your face, your hands, you catch the water going against the water. And you're bringing that sustaining life of that life-giving water back to you. And you don't necessarily have to go to water just in the morning. You can go to water and get rid of problems or ask for something anytime. And so there's many, many ways to use water. And here we're fortunate to have some of the purest water in the world.